to cool, I thought I'd do some pork ribs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cleaning these ribs up and taking off the membrane, take off a little bit of the fat, trim off some of the ends, apply a bit of mustard as my binder, and then I'm going to use my rub, and the ingredients to that rub will be listed in the description. It's the same rub as on the brisket, to be fair. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of that membrane that's on the ribs. So what I do is I generally start with a spoon to sort of loosen it there, and it's never easy, but we'll give it a go. Just try and get some paper towel if you can, and just sort of try and get a start where you can try and rip it off, sort of like that. There we go, that one actually came off quite easily. I think there's a little bit more there, so we can get that off. Okay, now I'm just going to trim these up. This is not to competition standard, this is just for friends and family. Get a little bit of this unnecessary fat from the underside off. Not looking to take it all off, but some of the stuff that won't break down. You don't want any extra in there if you don't want it. Okay. Yeah, pretty happy with that one. So there's a bit of, skinnier stuff at the end here, which is only going to sort of burn up and get too crusty, and no one's going to want to eat that. So I'll just take that part off the edge here just to clean it up as well. And then start taking away some of this additional fat that we don't need. Okay, as a binder, I use mustard. You can use olive oil, anything that you prefer. You don't really taste the mustard in the end. It's only there to bind it. Got a good rub through. We've decreased the temperature of the barbecue as well from the 150 that we're cooking the brisket on. So it's now down to 120, and that's where I'm going to let this run for probably 4 hours in total. We'll look at whether we wrap or not at some point in time. Just going to take this little bit off. I didn't see that before. Not the prettiest, but it's going to work. Okay, then I'm going to go straight in with that rub. And you really want that to tack on. Don't ever push, just tap it. Best if you can leave this for about 10 minutes and do the other side. Today I'm just going to do the other side. Same again. Try and get the edges if you can. Just a nice even coating. Okay, so these are ready to go on the pit. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them straight onto the pit. I'm going to put them on the top shelf. I'm going to put them bone side down. There, bone side down. I'm going to refill that water pan and get that back up to the top as well. The other thing I want to check is how our pellets are going, see if we need to top up our pellets. Yep, that's looking quite empty, so I've got a bag over here. It's the Weber Grill Master blend. It's only a 4-hour cook, so, and it's at low and slow the whole way, so I don't need much more than that. Push over that. Okay, and we'll check on this in about an hour, where we'll try and spritz it up. Okay, we'll come back in. Okay guys, so we've had the ribs on for an hour and a half now. Let's have a quick look at them. You can see that bark and that mahogany colour coming through. Still a little bit spongy, but you can see the bone is starting to come through now, so it's starting to pull away from the bone, which is one of the things we look for. What we're going to do is going to give it a quick spritz. My spritz is 3 equal parts of water, apple juice and apple cider vinegar. Yeah, so I'll close that back down and we'll probably let these run for another hour and then we'll spritz them, maybe have a look at wrapping them after that. Okay guys, so we're 3 hours into our cook of our pork ribs. Let's have a look at, see what they're like with the colour. You can see that nice rich mahogany colour coming through. It's also pulling away from the bone. So we're 3 hours in. What we're going to do, we're going to take them off and we're going to wrap them. So what we do is we take them off and we turn them upside down. Now I've laid out some butter and some brown sugar, and that's going to be what we're going to wrap it in. We're also going to add on some Worcestershire sauce and some Stubbs sauce as well, but any kind of barbecue sauce would do. And this is just going to help them maintain their moisture for the last hour of the cook. The barbecue is still running at 120 degrees Celsius. We haven't changed after the 3 hours. We're going to continue that on for another hour. And this will all just sort of melt down nicely, retain a lot of moisture into our ribs, which is how we want it. So now what we'll do is we'll just wrap them up nice and tight. These are double wrapped in foil, of course. And I always do it when I wrap them. I do it bone side up, so you don't get it the piercing of the foil coming through and then everything leaking up through the bottom. Nice and tight, like so. Straight back on the pit, and we'll let those run for 1 more hour, and we'll come back and check it. Okay, so these ribs spent 4 hours on the Weber smokefire. For the first 3 hours, they were unwrapped, and then for the last hour, we wrapped them in foil with all that goodness of butter, brown sugar, a bit of Worcestershire sauce, and also a bit of Stubbs barbecue sauce. So now let's take them off, transfer them across to our chopping board, and that's what they look like. Have a look at that beautiful colour through there. Let's just slice these up. Oh, have a look at that meat. Look at that meat, just falling off the bone. Absolutely beautiful. Let's have a quick taste. Ah, that is amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Well, guys, I hope you really enjoyed my video today on how to make pork ribs on the Weber smokefire. If you like the video, I'm looking to do weekly videos, and I hope you want to see my weekly videos. So please subscribe, and if you have a comment on something you'd like me to cook, I'm happy to look at that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.